I'm not going to be long. My name is nothing. My name is a Palestinian soul. I'm standing in front of you, my godfather, Guevara, my godmother, the land of Palestine. I'm going to take them down, which is part of the solution. My land, 200,000 dead. Palestine, this flag cost us 200,000 casualties. I'm putting it down. This is change. I'm going to bring this one notch up. I'm going to invite Garda to come to the northeast New York, and we'll insist for her to stay in my house. That's all I want to say. I'm a war veteran, not Iraq, 2 wars in Palestine, and I'm still standing. I entertained you, but all the wars are mine, and Miriam Stanley's, and Brant Leon. And part of the change too, my ring is $5. I wish all the women with the diamond rings can sell their rings to feed Darfur and a few other places. And I asked my wife to do so. Thank you. I'm leaving my information. It's Fatoosh, Fatoosh, 67 at yahoo.com, which is the 67 war, where my 4 members of my family they perished and 17 burned. And my cell number is 917-282-2155. I want to have change. I do. I swear to God.
Salam.
Thank you. Salam. Assalamu alaikum. I am Nabil El-Aboudi, Iraqi American. My father is an Arab from Iraq, from the old city, ancient city of Ur, the birthplace of Abraham. My mother is from Chicago, Illinois, Irish, Welsh. I'm an Arab. Because I'm an Arab, I know my roots. My roots on my father's side go to the beginning of time. We're Sumerians, the first city. On my mother's side, her ancestors are signatories to the Declaration of Independence. We have no royalty here in America. We have no kings. This is a country of laws. I'm here perhaps talking to you for the last time. I have an idea. We are 300 million people here. 2/3 are against the war. I would like to see the 200 million donate $5 a month. $5 to one American, homeless American or activist to be in DC. That way, we have 1 million activists in DC every day, every month, until this is finished. I was born in Chicago, I grew up in Iraq. We had a revolution or revolution attempt every summer in Iraq. I am very sad that people in America do not take to the streets like before. I want everybody here to go back and ask and challenge their people, their homeboys, to make this come true. I no longer go and pray in a mosque anymore. I told everyone in the mosque that I will not stand shoulder to shoulder with hypocrites. I do not want to leave America, but I will not stay in a place where the people are not free and not brave. Now, I want us to take back America. If we do, I'm with you. If not, I'm leaving. I want America always to be beautiful, So let's take back America and save ourselves and the world. It's from here. Nabil Alaboudi, 281-221-5962. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Miriam Stanley. I'm part of the Touche with Fareed and Bram. And, well, I think the big thing that I learned as a solution is you have to learn to listen to the history of the other person who you're involved with a conflict with. That I've come to seminars, a seminar here, where somebody obviously didn't know my history. And I say that we have to know each other's history. We have to know why we're scared to take a risk with peace. We have to know why we're scared to take a risk with sharing the land. We have to know how come there's a paranoia or a scar or a trauma that goes for a long time, and we have to work out that trauma. We have to work out the scars that both of us share. Both this Palestinian and the Jew have both been traumatized by colonialism. We've been traumatized by the British. We've been traumatized by various countries other than Britain and Europe. And we have to learn that we have a lot more in common than we have difference.
Greetings. I want to thank Laura for inviting me here. My name is Alice Lovelace. I am the lead staff organizer for the United States Social Forum. Our office number is 404-586-0460, extension 32. Our website is www.ussf2007.org. I invite you, if you're interested and serious about wanting to make change, another world is possible, is joining the U.S. Social Forum, which is part of the World Social Forum movement. We assembled 15,000 organizers and grassroots activists last summer in Atlanta, Georgia, people from every state in the United States and 68 foreign countries. It took us a long time to build it because we built it from the bottom up. We had 20% youth participation, and that was younger people under the ages of 25. We had 20% women, and this was not just there to attend, but infiltrated in every aspect of the social forum. We asked youth to not just talk about what issues faced youth, but to talk about housing, to talk about water, to talk about workers' rights. So if you're looking for a movement, there is a movement in this country. If you're looking for your national allies to work with, they are already here and organizing. You have to work with the people who are affected by the problems. That is how you truly seek a solution to the problem. Yes. And I just want to read one of the charters of principles for the World Social Forum. The World Social Forum is an open meeting place for reflective thinking, democratic debate of ideas, formulation of proposals, free exchange of experiences, and interlinking for effective action by groups and movements of civil society that are opposed to neoliberalism and to domination of the world by capital and any form of imperialism, and are committed to building a planetary society directed towards fruitful relations with humankind and between it and the earth. We are already here. We are the change we are working for. Yes. Another world is possible, and it's here.
Yes.
So, my name is John Turcott, T-U-R-C-O-T. Somebody, I remember a long time ago, told me that to have a good building, you have to have a good foundation. And from the top to the bottom, and I think this weekend I've heard a lot of people talk about the top, but very little about the bottom. And that's what we need to build, is the bottom. So if we take care of the bottom, the top will take care of all the building. Thank you.
I can be as quick as he is, I think. My name is Marge Creech. You don't need to remember that. My email is easier. HonestElectionsCow is in Moo. HonestElectionsCow@gmail.com. I'm with there's the website. I know you're not sure you want to write it down yet, but electiondefensealliance.org. electiondefensealliance.org. We usually capitalize the letter of each of those three words. I'm not sure you have to. And I want to thank Garda for inviting me here. I want to thank Garda for having this conference. I haven't heard that yet, and I really am happy. And I have some very practical, down-to-earth solutions, things that people can do. And here is a little flyer I'm going to pass around. It's one page. Our slogan is Prevent Unwanted Presidencies. Yes. And the right-wingers don't always get that when they see but then it shocks them. And then we put another little tagline on there to shock people more. Let's see, to prevent unwanted presidencies, demand... Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Okay, prevent unwanted presidencies, make vote counting a hand job. And if you don't get it, you won't be offended. I'm going to pass these around. Thank you.
My name is Ellen Brown, and I'll be very quick.
I need your information.
Over here. I'm planning to start a website, which I haven't yet, called the National Coalition for Freedom from Debt. If you're interested in some free litigation materials. Anyway, the idea that I should have added and wanted to add was how we could fund all this. We can do the same thing that J.P. Morgan did. We can form our own bank. If we come up with $6 million, we can issue $50 million. So to get your $6 million, you need 6 directors, $100,000 each, and I could probably come up with 3 myself. And then you're allowed to issue stock for the other 90%, and that'll give you your $6 million capital base, which is what's required by the Bank for International Settlements. And then you're allowed to issue credit up to $50 million. So we could fund all of this.
All of you, a big hug, a huge hug. I am here to advocate for our low-income poor children. How many in the room are aware that prison population is being projected to the future on those kids not reading at grade level? At what grade? Third grade level kids not reading are projected to be our future prison population. As a person who worked inner city Chicago in 1958, moved to Virginia in 1963 with no public kindergarten, where I started a low-income daycare working with social services, integrated 1965 Church Women's Preschool Experience. I want to urge any of you who are wondering what to do with your time to coordinate faith organizations, civic organizations, and start in your community a daycare for low-income working children from 6 in the morning to 6 in the evening. They need love, they need limits, they need reading, they need hugs, they need music that they do not get in their homes, as you and I, for the most part, got. Trust me, trust me. I've seen it in Chicago, I've seen it in Charlottesville, I've seen it in the Blacksburg, Bradford, this area of our country. Our children need us. If you want to know how to get this started, please give me a call. We have the Valley Interfaith Child Care Center in New River Valley. It's the Valley Interfaith for this whole region. We only have one site now. We want to grow. But it's not, we don't teach faith, but we have depended on Baha'is, Jews, Christians, everyone to help us get this going. Because we are told to help the least of these. If you want any information on this, I am at Phyllis, PHYLLISA, at usit.net. And I do have some cards. And I also want to suggest the name for our movement, not Renaissance, because it seems a little too elitist. I'd like it to be the New Way. Bless you. Thank you.
Bless you, brother.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey. Hi there.
I'm good. My name's Kalima Biota. I've just been around videotaping and whatnot, but I liked earlier when someone said we are the change. Okay, yes, I liked earlier when I think you said we are the change that we're looking for.
Yes.
And I believe that to be true. And also I was talking to Tiffany in the back, and she said that it is a revolution, but it is a renaissance and a new world, you know, because we're adventurers, we're explorers, we're inventors. And just to catch up, I've been traveling around the country doing a media project with my sisters about dreams and fantasy. And the things that I recognized, and also in this conference that you all were talking about, was that you need a system of connection between like-minded organizations. You need intergenerational support and dialogue. You need communal ventures and financial education. And you need to incorporate technology into this movement, because we are connecting through many different facets today, through Gmail, through the internet, through blogs, through film, through photography, through different things. And it's a movement mentally. I've heard someone talk about spirituality. It's a movement physically. We're going global. We'll be able to go places we've never gone before. And to acknowledge the past too. So thanks. This is really good. Yeah. Oh. If you all want to, if I want to collaborate with anybody, so my blog is thepeoplecouldfly.blogspot.com, and let's just get it going.
All right.
Thank you, Khalil.
Hello, my name is Kevin Innes. I'm with the Liberty Dollar. What's happening to that debt balloon, by the way? How is it getting bigger? Iraq? Guantanamo? Corporate handouts? I mean, when is this corporate debt, this national debt balloon going to burst? Well, there's people taking action. Every dollar you accept, Federal Reserve, corporate money, is blood money funding efforts like torture. They create value out of nothing. We evaluate the things by something they control. So we are indirectly controlled by what we desire. So what's a politician or the media's price tag? They can create it out of nothing. Is it any wonder they're in so much control? So the Liberty Dollar, as well as other currencies, are taking off around this country and around the world. And in the process, each time, it may burst another balloon of fiat money. Now, what else is going on is that our solution is in these co-ops, working together and educating people about what's going on. People were talking also about working in the schools. I've been starting to give talks about the history of money from the point of view of, the history of the world according to the principle of follow the money. And they were, wow, I never heard of it from that perspective before. And yet, how do we evaluate what is going on but by the dollar value to it? Most of the wars in the last 200 years have been funded, both sides, by money created out of nothing. Napoleonic wars, both sides were funded all the way through the last 200 years of history. So, keep in mind that each time you accept blood money, you're supporting the beast. So, there's no law that prohibits you using your own money. You just can't call it legal tender. And we know that we've been having some results because the FBI raided us. And that's not the FBI's job. That's the Secret Service's job. What are they doing there? Preventing another private corporation, private business, from exercising their free, their financial rights to have their own money.
Contact information.
Contact information. My name is Kevin Innes. 828-582-7637. The email address is honestmoneyclub or club at yahoo.com. Thank you very much.
My name is B. Lloyd. That's L-L-O-I-D, good Welsh name. I'd just like to, I remember yesterday a conversation about voting, and I really think that voting is tremendously important. Not necessarily because we're going to get the results we want, but whatever we get, it's going to offer us an opportunity to respond and organize. If a candidate makes promises and is trying to keep those promises, we need to be there. If they are promises of our agenda, we want to support that and really make that happen, because it's a great opportunity for grassroots response to make a difference in Washington, which we have not had. But if it doesn't work, and there is great disillusionment, that also gives us a great opportunity to organize. One of the things that I've been wondering about is, what can I do? Because I've been out of the map for a long time.
Contact information, please.
Yeah, let me just one thing, because this is important. Thanks to Garda and the invitation I got, I am back into the pool again. And I am so energized by this experience. And what I want to do is to take this experience back into my home and my local community, and to begin to see who are my neighbors, who thinks the same way, who is ready to act, who is ready to listen, who is ready to learn, and to begin to organize where I can organize. And if we can all begin to do this at the grassroots level, we can make a difference from where we live.
Okay.
Contact.
Contact information.
I am B. Lloyd, and my email is phonetically Japanese. It is Roidob, that is ROIDOB, @yahoo.com.
Thank you.
I'm Lucy Law Webster. If you Google Lucy Webster, you get a folk singer. I've always wanted to be a folk singer, but that's not me. If you Google Lucy Law Webster, you get my own website and all the things that I'm working on, which very much tie in with our work here. Law stands for law and order, but I'm very much tied in with the Prout principles, which I summarize as being subsidiarity. The Federalist principles involve decision-making, participation at the lowest possible level, consistent with not impinging on other people's rights. So I want to thank everyone who's made this conference possible, and I want us all to work not only for freedom in America and justice in America, but worldwide. When I went literally around the world shortly after college, I was welcomed everywhere as an American woman. I don't know if that would happen now. I want to get the world back. Thank you.
Mark Webb, I want to say 3 or 4 quick things.
Okay, please quiet down.
First of all, I have a presentation to Garda. This is a framed poster of the event. I'd like for you to take it home in memory of everything that's happened here. We heard B. Lloyd say that he's going back to his hometown, which is just down the road, and organize. I hope that for everyone. It doesn't matter your issue so much, but it matters that you be involved and that you talk to your neighbors and talk to the people in your community. Secondly, this is the first Prout World Conference, World Prout Assembly. First summit. We'd like for there to be a second, because I think I speak for all of us when I say this has been a tremendously powerful and tremendously inspiring experience. So we want to carry this forward into 2009. So let's work towards that. Okay, and I believe there may be a meeting later on today for discussion purposes. We're gonna try for that. So anybody who wants to stick around, I'm sure their help would be necessary. And thirdly, many of us have contributed by passing around the hat. It's not really going to make it just $25 or even $50. If you can go to the website and put in 100, some people may even be able to put in 500. But we need to ensure that there are future conferences, that this one is paid for, so Garda doesn't go to the poorhouse. So thank you for whatever you can do in helping to make a contribution to pay the full cost for this conference.
Give us the website again, because somebody went to WPA.org and did not get this. Not get the Prout.
www.worldproutassembly, all one word, .org. P-R-O-U-T, worldproutassembly.org.
And again, my name is Clark Webb. Email address Clark, C-L-A-R-K, _space, W-E-B-B, @msn.com. Thank you. Phone number 540-392-1037.
My name is Jim Beer.
Excuse me, can I say something very quickly? People in the back, we listen to you, so maybe we can listen to the last people here because they have just as important things to say. Thank you.
By the way, there are lots of empty seats up front, so how about some of those people in the back moving forward so we can form a more cohesive group in front?
My name is Jim Beer, B-I-E-R, Beer, B-I-E-R, 888 @hotmail.com. And I just have a couple of suggestions. I've been to a lot of conferences. I'm wearing my little elder hat now. And the kind of things when you bring people together to inform them that I have suggestions about is inventory and network who they are and what they're bringing to share in each of the small kind of places where people get together. Provide an immediate opportunity for them to actually respond to what you're telling them about. Not just whatever, but try to provide them something that they can do right then and right there. And the third thing is, in our contemporary technology, to provide URLs for additional information and contacts right then and right there so that they can carry that away and not depend upon the whole conference information maybe to come out later, but to provide a small half-page handout of how they can contact you and so on following up. Thank you.
Excellent advice. Thank you. Right then, right here. Are we doing that? What that gentleman suggested about providing that kind of information here and now so that people can follow up on a lot of these suggestions and figure out how they can make contributions? We're doing that now. And who's in charge of that?
We got a list of the people's...
Okay, it's being done. Be sure to give the contact information to this lady. What's your lady's name? Ellen?
I'm Ellen Thomas, and if you don't reach me here, my email is et@nucnews.net, nucnews.net, which I'll explain in a minute.
Last one.
Boy, I got to bring up the rear.
No, I'm the last.
You're the last one. Okay, good. My name is John Dennison. I am available at 954-675-9990. And my email is john@ejustice.net. Just like to give a couple words of observation. I didn't come here to share anything in this conference, really just to listen and gain some perspectives on how all of you see the world and how you see what is going on. I appreciate all of you sharing so much this weekend. The one point that I would talk about, that I've noticed, is all of you talk about this new world as if it's something off in the future. And I really would encourage you to believe that it already exists. This new world isn't something that we're going to create. It's something that's already there, and each of us has within us a piece of it. that we're drawing forward. It's a puzzle that we're putting together, and each of you is a hub around which other people will begin to form, that you'll begin to share your ideas and spread them, to share what your perspective and what your view is of this vision of the new world that already exists. And the more that you can share your piece and link your piece up with the others who are here and the others that aren't even here, and those that are diametrically opposed what you stand for, yet still have a vision for the new world, and find a way to get beyond all the things that keep you apart, the closer you will be in drawing that vision into the reality that you're experiencing now. It exists, but the reason you can't see it is because what you're focusing on is all the things that are wrong. See what's right in our world. See the goodness in people. See the kindness in their hearts. See the many wonderful deeds that all these people in the world are doing. Take the best of what you learned here and incorporate it in your work, or find ways to connect with these people so that you can stay in touch. And perhaps there are ways to use, either use the website here, or I saw there was a web tool before that we could set up and have communities, or we can create hubs where information on what you're doing can be shared with what others are doing. Not to convince them of the benefit of your ways, but so that they are at least aware that there's something more than their own narrow perspective of what's going on in the world. Remember, this is a big picture that we're all putting together, and you just have a teeny little piece of it. Bring your piece into focus, bring your piece into reality, and that world will begin to show around you. And the things that you don't like in the world will begin to dissolve away. You don't have to go bring down the old system. It will give way of its own. We don't have to look for it to crumble. It will transform as you transform and see that what is in you is already existing and is already real. And it is part of us and part of our work to bring it into this reality so that it exists in our everyday lives. So if there's something within you that you have to say, that you have something to show, something to share, don't hold it back. Just allow it to happen in natural form. If you feel inspired to share it, share it. If you feel like you have to go to battle with someone, then go to battle with them. But I suggest that there may be other ways to go about doing it if you just look for them. But the most important one is to remember, if we don't practice the principles that we want the new world to reflect when it's here, we'll carry forward into the new one, the worst of the one we're trying to get behind. I love you all. Thank you.
I'm Ellen Thomas, and I'd first like to comment on some ideas that I got from this meeting. One was citizen arrests. I think that's a marvelous idea. And there was some discussion at one of the workshops about how are we going to organize how to make that happen. And AfterDowningStreet.org is a place where we can communicate about getting rid of the, indicting the monsters that currently are running the show. Also, I gave a workshop that had one person there, me, so I wasn't able to talk about it. I'd like very briefly to tell you about Proposition 1, which is a bill in Congress, the Nuclear Disarmament and Economic Conversion Act. It's been introduced 8 times since 1994 as a result of a successful voter initiative in 1993. And the voter initiative process, we discovered, is an extremely good organizing tool. It's a way for you to get out and talk to people you wouldn't ordinarily talk to. You go to public places, you pass a petition around. It doesn't say, and you don't have to say to them, will you please sign my petition to abolish nuclear weapons and convert the war machines to provide for human needs, solar panels and windmills, not missiles and bombs, which is sort of my spiel. It's much longer, of course. What you can say is, we have this idea that we want to get on the ballot. It doesn't matter which way you're going to vote. Just give us the right to bring it to the people for a vote. And once we succeeded in our voter initiative, the congresswoman who wasn't paying any attention to our lobbying efforts suddenly decided it was time to introduce it because she heard the voice of the people. So I'm asking people, I gave you all information about Proposition 1, and I'm asking you to take that seriously and maybe consider bringing that to the voters where you are. But also use voter initiatives. As George Ripley said, it's a wonderful tool. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Oh, by the way, I'm Ellen Thomas, 202-682-4282. Email et@nucnews.net, nucnews.net, and our website is prop1.org, PROP, and the number 1.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. Some concluding remarks by Garda and then Glenn Martin. Garda?
Yeah, I have just two things I want to say. One is, it was an absolute privilege for me to meet all of you. You know, I've led such a quiet life for the past 8 years in my little house in Kentucky, and when I was organizing this, out of this, frustration with the status quo, and I kept meeting more and more of you, all these beautiful people on the internet, on the phone, I finally realized that I've come home, that these are the people I need to be with from now on. So thank you so much for the privilege of meeting you and being with you for these 3 days. And the second thing is that please keep that word revolution in your mind and just fall in love with it and keep repeating it to everyone you meet on the street.
Yes.
Because then it'll happen. That's all.
That concludes our morning session. Everything here, as you know, is videotaped. Everything is recorded. And I hope you will all use the information that we've collected together to spread this, to activate it, to make it happen in a geometrical way so that we can go from here not only with another conference next year that will build on this one, but in all the ways that all of us are involved with other people around the world. Now I have a couple of practical things to talk to you about. Most of us are too tired to do that peace march that I talked about the first day. So even though I have a permit for it, we could probably omit that. On our program, it says 6 to 8 p.m. collective dinner at Selu Conservancy. Selu Conservancy is a beautiful place in the country owned by Radford University that has a lovely, lovely lodge that we can meet in between 6 and 8. But the designation dinner is incorrect. What we'll do is supply some hors d'oeuvres and drinks for those of us that come out there, and then we can talk about maybe going to, those of us that want to, going to a restaurant somewhere in this area afterwards, just after 8 o'clock when we return tonight. This lodge out there has it centers around, it was built by someone who has a long relationship with the indigenous people of this area, and the lodge centers around a beautiful room that is an Indian powwow room that is designed to bring spiritual energies together. It's well worth sitting in that room and talking with one another. How do you get there? Well, we need to know, it's only 17 or 18 or 19 minutes drive from here. but we need to know how many people will be going out here. This is our thought about what we can do. We could meet at 5:30 in the parking lot right in front of Ingalls Hall, where many of you are lodged, not far from Pocahontas Hall, where others of you are lodged. And we could follow one of us that knows the way out there in a caravan of cars. And we will be trying to arrange, the university is not involved with this, we'll be trying to arrange transportation for us to go out there. I need to know about how many people will be going. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you have a car. So at 5:30, in the parking lot in front of Ingalls Hall, and as I say, we'll have some refreshments out there, but then we'll talk about a dinner afterwards here in Radford. The meeting that Clark Webb was talking about to discuss future of this conference and how we can go from here. We can do that meeting out at Salo Conservancy this evening. Okay, so with that, we're free until 5:30. Right? I hope you all have a good lunch and we.
Most important, the asset that has been created here by these various sessions is tremendous. I want to know, how do I get in touch with somebody to get a recording of some of these sessions that I have witnessed? I've heard, I've seen the video.
It'll probably be posted at After Gardens.
It will be
After Downing Street.
It will be
Posted it after down?
Yeah, it'll be posted, everything will be posted on the website. World Prout Assembly website. I mean, it might take a little while.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, we're privileged to have Leonard McGann play the flute for us. Leonard?
Thank you. I've been very humbled this weekend to come into presence of such people and such minds and such inspiration and such passion as I have witnessed and been part of this weekend. This has humbled me to realize that I am but this one little small grain of sand in all of the oceans of the world. And if I can make one little bit of difference, quiet please, quiet, if I can make one little bit of difference, then I will stand up and do what I can. And the way that I can is I can put my music to the world. I want to thank Goddard, I want to thank Gary, and I want to thank Glenn for all of their work. And I want to thank each and every person for becoming part, another grain of sand in all of these oceans of the world. Not just the world, the universe. I thought this morning in my prayer, what do I play? I have a flute here that is unfinished. Just like our revolution, it is unfinished. It is only a beginning. The way we build is we start with something small, something raw. And we change it, we mold it, we form it, so that it becomes what we want it to be. And that's what this flute represents. It's an unfinished flute. It stands for this unfinished revolution that has been started this weekend. So please, join with me in a little bit of a prayer. I'm not going to pray to any particular God. I pray to the world. I pray to everybody's heart. So please, join with me. Thank you so much, O Creator, for putting us together. Thank you for joining us in this place and in this time. And thank you for the open hearts and the open minds which have been here this weekend. And all of the passion and love and inspiration and thoughts and words of wisdom from the young, from the old, from the middle-aged, from everyone, and thank the earth for allowing us to stand upon it in this place. So with that, I will play a little bit of music. An unfinished flute, but yet it has music. An unfinished revolution, yet it has strength. Thank you.